Good day, everybody, and we're back with another video for the Great Hunt. This time it's the women's edition, and there's the book. And I guess before we start, if you like this video, hit the like and subscribe button.
Hit the bell and subscribe.
Yep.
And thanks to all of our subscribers.
Yep, and thank you for all our
and the feedback. We love the feedback.
Many subscribers. And tomorrow we'll be doing another Wings of Fire book.
Yep.
What is it called? Winter's Turning.
Winter Turning.
Always what I call it Winter's Heart.
I don't know why.
Well,
makes no sense.
No,
okay.
But we're going to do the Great Hunt. This is a Wheel of Time Great Hunt by Robert Jordan. And we've already done 2 videos. And we've done one where no spoilers. The second one was about the young men. And this one's about the young women. Egwene and Nyneave. And I guess we'll put Elaine in this group. And so, as we talked about in the last videos, this is more of our heroes getting used to their abilities and adapting to their new situation.
Even though they're a big baby about it half the time.
Yeah, even though they complain. So,
just like, ooh, I got a superpower. No. And it's just like everyone else reading the book is like, dude, shut up.
Right. You
got more skill than I do.
So, yeah. So, Elaine and them. So, Egwene and Nyneave, they're kind of like the boys that are used to small village. And now they're going to this great big city. And they're going to the tower to train as the Aes Sedai. And we'll start with Nyneave, I guess. Because Egwene has probably a bigger story than Nyneave at this point. And so Nynaeve's going to train to be an Aes Sedai, but she doesn't want to be an Aes Sedai.
Yeah, and they're just like, screw it. They're going to be and accept it anyway.
Right. Have you ever had to do something that you didn't want to do?
I live in this house, don't I?
That's right. All the time. We make you do things you don't want to do. It's what kids do, right? When you're a kid, you have to do what your parents want you to do, even though you don't like it. So with Nynaeve, though, she really doesn't. She's just there to make sure that the boys and Egwene don't get into trouble. That's what she says, anyways.
Well, Nynaeve's really good at getting into trouble.
Right.
She's just like, oh, I'm such a calm person. And then something like a drop hits her on the head and she just starts having a conniption. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, she's all calm and then she just blows up.
Yeah, I don't know. she's just like all calm, and then all of a sudden something happens and she just explodes, and I'm just like, whoa, where does that come from?
Right. It makes me glad I have short hair, because I was like Nynaeve, I would keep pulling my hair out. It's like, how does this woman have any hair? She's always tugging on her braid.
Yeah, I'm just like, she's always just like, and I'm just like, why do you do this?
All right.
It's just like, and she tugged on her braid, and I'm just like, why? And then, and it's like, she tugged it hard enough until it actually hurt. And I'm just like, why do you do this?
Yep. Well, this story expands on Nynaeve in a couple ways. One, that expands more on her relationship with Lan. Find out that Lan loves her and gives her a ring.
I feel like it's going downhill.
Yep.
I feel like, actually, no, I think the roles have been reversed, actually.
That.
Like, now it's Lan. I guess like Nynaeve was chasing Lan. Like,
now Lan.
Now it's Lan trying to prove to Nynaeve that he loves her.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, he gives her the ring and he's like, well, I'm gonna die.
Like,
I'm destined to die.
He's like, and he's like, aren't we all?
Yeah. And so we also it expands more of a relationship, which is just a budding relationship right now. It's at the beginning. No, Lan's trying to kill it from her, but she won't let him.
And then she kills it herself, and now she won't let him restart it, and it's just like, Nynaeve, you're horrible.
Victor, you're talking about 2 books ahead from this one.
I am?
Yeah.
What?
And this one, he gives her the ring, and says that I love you, but I can never be your love because I gotta fight the Dark Ones by myself in my own battle. And so,
I feel like that's like going up to Satan and just slapping him in the face and saying that he had to do that. I feel like that's how that's gonna go.
Right.
It's gonna be like Dark One's just like, goodbye.
Flip them off. All right.
No.
So, huh?
Flick. Just flicking him away like a little bug.
Yep. All right. So the other part of Nynaeve, we find that she's very strong in the power. She's probably the strongest woman alive. of the Aes Sedai.
Yeah, I was about to be
Outside.
like, I doubt she's the strongest one.
As
but-
Aes Sedai that we know of, and she's a quick learner. And I kind of like the part in the boat. You remember the part in the boat?
Part in the boat.
The part in the boat where she's with the Amlin seat, and the Amlin seat.
Oh, then she fling her up against the wall, and
Wall,
then the Amrilla
right.
just like, nope,
Nope.
and she's gone, and she's
Yeah.
just like, oh.
So Amlin seat puts some air around Nynaeve where she can't move, and then starts putting her up in the air. I think she even turns her upside down, maybe.
I don't
And
remember.
Nynaeve gets really mad, and so she forces her power out on the Almond seat and crushes her against the wall. And the Almond seat
Whoa!
was like, "Well, you are strong, and you're right. You are strong, and you do learn quickly."
And it's just like,
Yeah.
but then it's just like really easily dealt with.
Yeah.
Cuts off the power.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
free.
She's able to show the power off from Nynaeve.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Nynaeve doesn't even have to be a newbie. They just take her right to be accepted because she's so powerful and she knows so much.
And now she's called like a wilder.
Wow.
And I'm just like, now you have these Aes Sedai who hate her, and I'm just like, what is wrong with these people?
Yeah.
I'm just like, why does it matter? Like,
Well, she's
it doesn't explain why they hate the Wilders. It's just like they hate Wilders, and that's about it. And I'm
They're
just-
outsiders.
But it feels like it feels like the author didn't expect anyone to ask any questions, and it's just like, but why do they hate them?
Well, because it's natural.
Well, they're all outsiders because I'm pretty sure none of them were born in the White Tower.
No, but they're all.
Exactly.
But they all were trained in the White Tower, and Nynaeve wasn't trained in the White Tower.
But she's still trained.
Yeah,
There's
but she
no-
learned on her own. So it's just that
Are they
thing.
just jealous or something?
No, they just think that because she learned outside the White Tower that she's inferior and doesn't know the power like they do. So that's why they discriminate against her.
But like the way they do it, it's like the bully picking on you for your lunch money, and I'm just like, these people are so stupid. I'm like, the
Well-
people who are picking on her, I'm just like, you guys are idiots. You have like 15 other things you could be doing right now instead of picking on my knee for nothing.
It's just a point of human nature in this. Everybody
Human
has a
nature
flaw.
is awful.
Everybody has a flaw. It's just like if somebody moved into your new school, everybody's kind of like, who is this person? And can kind of
Not really.
discriminate.
Someone
against them.
who moved it was like people who move into my school. They're just like, oh hey, look, new student, and then we pay them like no attention.
See, there
at
you
all.
go. That's what they're
We're
doing
just
to
like
Nynaeve.
we're just like oh hello, and then that's about it. Like we don't pick on them or anything. We don't do anything like that. We're just like, oh here's this and that, and then we're just like treating them like a normal person. And we're just like,
well,
I don't
it's
understand.
just a part of their thing because
So-
they're not perfect.
No, they're not perfect.
All right,
but
there we go.
Doesn't mean that they're
Right.
wasted. They
So-
have their eyes to die. They should be over this by now.
Right. Okay. So moving along with that. So Nynaeve does come her powers. She gets powerful, and then
Didn't she try and light a candle and made it explode instead?
I can't
just
remember that part.
Light a candle and it goes boom, and it's just like, oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
Maybe I can't remember. If that's what you remember, I can't remember.
I remember her saying something about it, about trying to light a candle. Oh no, wait. She caught a bunch of clothes on fire. I forgot. When Baron was trying to teach her stuff. No, it wasn't Baron. It was someone else. But she was trying to teach her how to open up herself beside Dar, and she got really mad. And then all of a sudden, some
Oh,
pile
okay.
of clothes in the corner just spontaneously.
You're talking about on
combusted.
their way to the White Tower.
Yeah.
They were teaching her,
They
and
just went- it just
she put a
erupted.
bunch of clothes. Yeah, they were in a tent.
Yeah, and
I remember
caught on
that part.
Fire
So-
hazard.
So Nynaeve comes important, and then later on the story, and we'll go ahead and jump into Egwene since we talked about 9 minutes with Nynaeve. Now Egwene, unlike Nynaeve, she's really wanting to learn how to become Aes Sedai and do the power and stuff, and she's
Wait,
really wanting
why
to
are you
be.
still talking about Nynaeve?
Well, I'm talking about the difference between Nynaeve and Egwene. Egwene is more open. She wants to become an
You
Aes
said
Sedai.
you were.
Egwene wants to become Aes
You
Sedai.
said Nynaeve wanted to become Aes
No.
Sedai and all that. I'm just like, wait, you're contradicting yourself there.
Now, I
get
said,
carried away.
unlike Nynaeve,
Oh, okay.
Egwene wants to be an Aes Sedai,
Okay.
right? And so she's wanting to learn the power, and she kind of gets frustrated at Nynaeve because Nynaeve's always giving him a hard time. The Aes Sedai, while Egwene's trying to be the perfect student,
I feel like
always wanting to learn more.
I mean, Egwene. I would give Egwene grief too. I'm just like, you're going too fast. Slow down.
Right. And we find out that Egwene has some special powers, or special abilities, I guess you'd say. She can have visions in her
She
dreams.
can stalk you.
She has visions in her dreams. And also, later on in the story, kind of fast forwarding this as we're getting close to the end of the video, Egwene and Nyneave and Elaine, the daughter hair from the first book. Not really going to talk to her much about
You
this
said
story.
daughter hair.
But Egwene gets enslaved and she gets collared, and by the Seanchan.
Yeah, that whole part made me want to like just rip all of them apart.
So the
Like, you guys are so mean.
Seanchans are a empire from a foreign land, from across the ocean. They come here, and they don't like people who can do the power, so they put leeches on them, which prevents them to be able to control the power.
It's really funny.
And then make them just slaves.
It's just like, guess what? I'm gonna control you with this, and then it's just like when it's done to them, they're just like begging. And it's just like, you idiot. That's exactly what they were doing. Did they have any Did you have any mercy on them? What do you think they're gonna do?
Right. Yeah. So you're talking about when Nynaeve and Elaine and Min.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even talk about Min, but how they. So when they help Egwene escape from the collars, they latch on to two of the Sanchins and collar them, and they happen to be able to control the power.
I'm just like,
so it works on them.
I'm just like, what the heck is wrong? She's just like, they call her this first girl, and then there she is, just like crying and trying to get them to let her go, and I'm just like, no,
Yeah,
you're stupid.
all right. So that's Sita, and she comes in later on in the books. But yeah, so we see Egwene. She gets collared, and this act of her getting a slave affects her for the rest of the series. A lot of her judgments are due to this.
Yes.
And her attitude toward this.
Oh my gosh, you're locking me in my room. You're imprisoning me. No, it's called timeout.
Well, the Sanchin, her attitude towards the Sanchin and her hatred of them are all from this incident, which is explainable. I mean, it did slave her. She meets another Aes Sedai at this time who was enslaved, and they end up breaking the other Aes Sedai to accepting her slavery. And so, but without Elaine and Nynaeve and Min, Egwene would never have escaped. And I guess we should, for this last couple of minutes, talk about Min and Elaine. What do you think about those two?
These two characters.
Yep.
I think it's silly.
You think it's silly?
It's just like, oh, Min likes Rand. Oh, Elaine likes Rand. Oh, guess what? 20 other girls also like Rand. Rand's just sitting there like, help me.
He's a sexy man. So what did you think about Min's... Would you like to have Min's power of being able to see the future? Like you see somebody...
I don't know.
And
the things she sees sometimes are pretty horrific. I don't know if I just want to walk up behind someone and just see them like as like a walking corpse. I'd be like, oh, that's weird. I don't know. That'd be weird. And plus, it doesn't really help considering she doesn't even know what she's seeing half the time. She's just like, what the heck does that even mean?
Yeah, she doesn't know what a lot of those
So I'm just
mean.
like, it'd be useful, but then...
Yeah.
It would only be useful after the actual thing happened. It's just like, oh, I understand it now. And
Right.
it's like, hey, guess what? You're never going to see it again, so... It doesn't
Yep.
mean...
And also, it's kind of... Like, what she sees something, she can't... There's nothing she can do to change their future. Like, it's going to happen. No matter what... No matter how hard she tries to change it.
It's just like, it's a pointless ability.
Yep. Well, I mean...
It kind of is pointless.
You're going to die going over a cliff, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
I mean, like, yeah, it's just like, you're going to fall off a cliff. Can I stop it? No. Well, then why'd you tell me?
Yeah, yep. I don't know.
It's just like, it'd be better off just not telling anyone at that point. It's
Right.
just like, there's no point.
Yep. So, but her powers do come in, her ability does come into play in the future. And this is basically our quick review of the women in the Great Hunt and their storylines. Very, very brief. There's so much more that we could cover. It's a huge book. So hopefully we'll do better in the next video, in the next book, which is The Dragon Reborn. And until then, have a great day. Bye.
Bye.